I'll tell you what somebody put it out there.
At this time, please welcome our 7th grade representative, Parker English.
Our first black president is Barack Obama. Condoleezza Rice was our first Secretary of State. Thurgood Marshall was the first black person to serve in the Supreme Court. Charles Drew invented the blood lake, and Daniel Hall Wilson performed miracles in the field of medicine. Mae Jemison was the first black woman to go to the moon. Our very own Gwendolyn was awarded the Pulitzer Prize. An Oscar was given to Amy McDaniel, Sidney Poitier, and Halle Berry. Grammys were awarded to Ella Fitzgerald and Count Basie. The first African American to have $1 million was Madam C.J. Walker. Oprah Winfrey is the first black billionaire. These great people, and many before their time, helped make black culture and race what it is today. But how do you define a race? Should we define a person of a certain race on what kind of clothes they wear, or who they are friends with? Even what music they listen to, whether it's rap, classical, or hip-hop? What food they eat, or their favorite TV show? How do you define a race? You define a race on where they came from, characteristics, and their history. And so, if you see a man walking down the street with a hoodie on, you see his baggy jeans and Nike Air shoes, how many of you would assume that that man is black? But behind that hoodie could be anyone, of any race, with any background, and any story to tell. And so, I know I'm black. And some people say that black is hard, rough, ugly, and stupid. But I look at history, and I know that black can be intelligent, loving, caring, funny, happy, creative, positive, talented, amazing, generous, and most of all, hopeful. Hoping for a better future for all races.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the singing of the Negro National Anthem.
The Negroes are rising. The Negroes are rising.
You guys taking pictures?
I'm filming. Just want to look at that. He's definitely out there.
Every voice that sings, silver and heaven ring with the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening sky. Let us resound loud as the roar.
Everybody get out.
That one day, the state of Alabama, whose governor's lips are presently dripping with words of interposition and nullification, will be transformed into a situation where little white boys and little white girls can hold hands with little black boys and little black girls as brothers and sisters. And that dream came true. On January 15, 1929, Martin Luther King was born. In 1934, Martin Luther King was the president of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. In 1964, a year later, Martin was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. But all of that is behind us now. Because of him, we can all go to school together. He risked his life fighting for our rights. There are still blacks who dislike whites, and there are still whites who dislike blacks. Many of us don't express our feelings around others, but we will around our family members. Some of us don't care, but we should. If it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for him, some of us wouldn't be here right now. That is why we should celebrate him more often.
In light of the historical election of the first African-American president of the United States, please welcome John Baytoy in giving the inauguration speech.
My fellow citizens, I stand here today, humbled by the task before us, grateful for the trust you have bestowed, mindful of the sacrifices borne by our ancestors. I thank President Bush for his service to our nation, as well as the generosity and cooperation he has shown throughout his transition. 44 Americans have now taken presidential oath. The words have been spoken during the rising tides of prosperity and the still waters of peace. Yet, every so often, the oath is taken amidst the gathering clouds and the raging storms. At these moments, America has carried on not simply because of the skill or vision of those in high office, but because we the people have remained faithful to the ideals of our forebears and true to our founding documents. So it has been, so it must be with these generation of Americans. That we are in the midst of a crisis is now well understood. Our nation is at war against far-reaching network of violence and hatred. Our economy is badly weakened, a consequence of greed and irresponsibility on the part of some, but also our collective failure to make hard choices and prepare the nation for a new age. Homes have been lost, jobs sad, business shuttered. Our healthcare is too costly, our schools fail too many, and each day brings further evidence that the ways we use energy strengthen our adversaries, but threaten our planet. These are the indicators of crisis, subject to data and statistics. Less measurable, but no less profound is the sapping confidence across our land. A nagging fear that America's decline is inevitable, and that the next generation must lower its sights. In reframing to our greatness of our nation, we understand that